Jesus. We got so many things black people are fighting about all the time. You fighting over gender, you fighting over sexuality, you fighting over education level, who the educated versus uneducated. You got so many things you're fighting about. Why in the hell are you fighting over this? There should be no fight over this at all. It should be a both end conversation. This does not have to be an either or. That's the first thing. So here's what they said. Reverend Amos Brown. Don't know Amos Brown, but my Lord, if that's not a Negro spiritual name, I don't know what his name is. Literally Amos, Reverend Amos Brown. We've been screwed by a lot of pastors with names like Amos Brown, but I don't know. Maybe he's cool. I don't know this guy. I'm not trying. Y'all don't get me started because I don't want to say nothing that's gonna hurt nobody's feelings. So let's just keep going. The Reverend Amos Brown said that the Board of Supervisors, which is holding a hearing today at 3 p.m. on the city's reparations plan and Dreamkeeper initiative, should redirect its focus. Get away from the $5 million. And they should focus on providing 5 key elements of reparations: education, jobs, housing, healthcare, and a cultural center for blacks in San Francisco. Did y'all hear this? Did y'all see this? Did y'all hear? You didn't see it because it's on my screen. He literally said that 1/5 of your reparations plan should include a goddamn cultural center. Pastor Brown, please step away from the pulpit. Pastor Brown, we're going to need you to step down. I'm sorry. I don't want to be. Sit your ass down and please shut up. Just stop it. Just stop it, please. He literally. Sometimes the ignorance just makes you laugh. You can't even get mad. Like, I don't know this guy. I don't know, and I'm not making fun of this guy. Maybe he didn't write this press release. Maybe he's got a committee of people that are equally stupid. I have no idea. But they literally said that the reparations plan should include a culture center. 400 years of slavery, oppression, trillions of dollars in stolen wealth, unbelievable amounts of abuse. And you're literally saying that we need a culture center. Okay, calm down, boys. Let's keep reading. He says, we strongly believe that creating and funding programs that can improve the lives of those who've been impacted by racism and discrimination is the best path forward toward equality and justice. He called upon the city to invest in education. Black students don't perform as well as their peers. We need remedial programs to help our children with reading, math, and science. The school district and city have a moral obligation to raise up all children, and especially those whose families have been disadvantaged by discrimination. So we all know that education is a good thing. Give me a yes if you agree that education is beneficial. I'm an educator. I believe in education. One of the things that you have to be careful about, this is what the NAACPs of the world get you trapped into, is this idea that they can give you reparations on the cheap, that they can literally just pour more money into schools being run by white ladies from the suburbs, where they're writing all the textbooks, they're making all the money, they're getting all the government money by leaving your child uneducated. So they're pouring money into these schools. They're getting paid. They don't care if your child can read or not. You go to Chicago, they got 55 schools collecting hundreds of millions of dollars every year, and not one single child in those schools can read or write or do math at grade level. They make billions of dollars by pretending to educate your kids. They don't need the money. They should not be getting the money to educate your kids. You're not stupid. Why in the world do we assume black people are too dumb to educate our own kids? How many of y'all know black teachers out here that can educate black children if they had the funding to build a school? Give me a yes if you know a black teacher who could do a hell of a lot better job than these crappy schools in Chicago could do. How many of you know black administrators who could help run the school? How many of y'all know black people that can help put together a textbook or two or 10 that the kids can read? How many of y'all know black people that could be vendors and contractors for that school? Why in the hell is that every time we talk about getting education to black people, it always comes in the form of let's give the money to white people, responsible white people who can educate these Negroes like we're a pack of puppies, like we're a pack of damn sheep that they got to herd through the damn factory. We are not animals. We are human beings. We have the capability to lead and run institutions just like you do. So how dare you tell me you're going to give a bunch of money to a mediocre school to educate my child when I can do the damn job myself? Just give me the money. I can hire some tutors for my child. I don't need you educate I don't want you even touching my child's brain. Get your hands off my child's brain. You're molesting my child's brain and you're screwing them up and filling their head up with all this nonsense, not preparing them for success. They don't have any skills when they graduate. Half of them can't read because you're jacking them up and you're doing it on purpose. So get your hands off of my child's brain. Give me the money. I'm going to do it myself. Pay me what you owe me. Period. Don't go pay yourself and then say we're taking care of black people now because we paid ourselves to go take care of black people. That's how you keep a community broke. That's how you keep a community powerless. Let me keep going. Y'all done got me on. I'm mad right now. I'm furious over this. Number 2, they said economic empowerment. I'm okay with economic empowerment. I'm a fan of that. Let's see what they have to say here. With President Biden's infrastructure bill, we want to see more black people get the opportunity to get jobs on the billions of dollars in infrastructure work that will be done in our community and our state. Let me tell you about the little jobs hustle. Here's how the jobs hustle works. In America, who has the most wealth in this country? Is it the people is it the employees or is it the employers? Who does better? Who gets off when you send your kids to go work for a white man for the next 40 years? Who's going to end up wealthier at the end of the day? Who's going to have wealth to pass to his children? Your child who's been working so they can pay rent and pay back student loans, or the person who runs the damn business? When you're talking about discrimination in hiring and who's choosing to hire, who has the most power in that process? Is it the employee or is it the employer? When you're talking about the treatment on the job of black people, do you think that black people will be better off working for black people or working for people who don't look like them, who don't like them, who create a toxic work environment and inundate them with microaggressions to the point where they're so mentally ill that they need to go see a therapist or drink liquor every night just to keep their sanity? Seriously. So one of the things that Dr. Claude Anderson teaches about, I'm not blaming Mr. Amos, Pastor Amos, whatever, for his inability to understand this, but he needs to go read a book like Powernomics. When you read books like Powernomics, one of the things that Dr. Anderson talks about is that when you are only looking for jobs and not looking for businesses and not looking to build institutions that can employ your own people, you are signing your people up for slavery. You're basically saying that we need to find good white folks who can run businesses and give them money so they can hire us to go be their slaves. So I can go build an institution for that man down the street when I just as easily could have built one for my family. Instead of trying to become the next Sam Walton, I got to go work for the next Sam Walton. You don't want these politicians run around just talking about jobs. You need trillions of dollars to go towards supporting black business owners. Every black person ain't fit for corporate slavery. Every black person doesn't need to be working for somebody else. Some people do, for sure. But the part of the reason that your children are stressed out so much is because they graduate, they go off to college, they come back, they got they got a piece of paper in one hand and a bunch of student loans in the other, and they're like, where am I going to go next? They can't go back to their own communities. Why? Well, because there are no jobs. Why are there no jobs? Because there are no businesses. So you need to support Black-owned businesses too, as much as you support jobs. So I don't want to keep hearing the word jobs, because jobs are designed for people to go and build institutions for other people. The whole community can't be filled with black people looking for jobs. You need to have job creators in the community too. So stop that job talk. All that job talk. That ain't no reparations. Reparations is the development of billion-dollar companies